Hey everybody, Walt Dickinson here, founder brewer at Wicked Weed Brewing, and it's holiday season, so that means it's time for Lost Toys. And I wanted to kind of take a minute to talk about this beer again. We've released 2 blends of it, and it really kind of gets to the core identity of this brand. You know, philanthropy and working with charitable associations around the state and in Western North Carolina has been a big part of our brewery identity, specifically the Eblin Charities. I mean, they're a really wonderful organization that does a lot of really amazing things for the needy. You can check them out at eblincharities.org. But they've been a great partner for us and probably kind of our primary partner in a lot of the charitable things we try to work on as a company. And so we wanted to create a brand that gave back during the holiday season and also allowed us to kind of express the uniqueness of the barrels we had. And the name Lost Toys is kind of interesting. First of all, here's this year's blend, and I'm very excited about it. I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. But what Lost Toys is, it was a term that we created for all the special barrels, right? The special ones that were kind of would get lost. And you know, they were a barrel of Black Angel or of maybe our cassette stock or Mort or Medora or something like that, that maybe at the time we went to go blend and make that beer, it wasn't quite right. There was development that still needed to happen. It was still needing to improve and kind of mature in the barrel. So we choose to wait for those barrels to get right before we use them, right? We want them at the peak of their development before we consider using them in a blend. So what we did is we started creating what we called the Island of Lost Toys. It was just a term that me and the other brewers, Andrew, you know, we kind of came up with that term and said, this is the Island of Lost Toys, and that's what we referred to that big stack of barrels in the corner. And we just let it pile up and pile up and pile up because we were really busy at that time and really just kind of getting our legs underneath us and trying to keep up. So what happened was we started talking to Eblin about trying to do a charitable beer during the holiday season that would help them raise some money and awareness for getting, you know, toys and blankets and heat and clothing to those in need during the winter season. So what we decided to do is this seemed like a great time to focus on those lost toys, to focus on those special parts of our community here in the barrel program and our community at large and find a home for them. And so this beer was all about that. So blend 1, we really focused on lighter beers, right? We were looking to keep it bright in color. There's always a fruit component, right? We do over 50 different beers in this program every year. So we're using tons of different variants of fruit and herbs and then just some stuff that's just very malt driven, some stuff that's very fruit driven, right? High ABV, low ABV. So as we build this stock of Lost Toys barrels, they continue to grow over the year. And so the first one we did, we really focused on the lighter color. So it was, you know, we were using a lot of Genesis and I think some Marina was in there and then a bunch of other things, right? And we had this really beautiful light colored fruited sour that really all the fruits just coming from the barrels were there. The second one, we wanted to go dark. So we focused on the other half of the barrels that were very dark in color. You know, you're looking at things like Oblivion and Dark Arts and Black Angel and stuff like that making into the blend. Now, this blend, which, you know, it's been a little bit of time since we blended last, we decided to go with something that was really focused on kind of in that mid-range with a lot of berry notes. So we were using a ton of barrels in the cellar, Angel of Darkness, Black Angel, there was Medora, some of the cherry beers were being used, right? So what we did is we built this really beautiful, super complex, very tart and very citric, but still having huge, huge fruit aromatics to it. A lot of complexity, maybe a little bit higher citric acid and a little like higher acidity to it than typically our beers have, but I mean, just a really deep and robust beer. I really am proud of my team and how they put this thing together, and I couldn't be more happy to put it out in this time of year. I think it's going to be great for the season. And again, every time you buy a bottle of this, it's going to go towards making, you know, the holidays a little bit brighter for those in need. So here's to the holidays and to another blend of Lost Toys. Cheers.